Dominic, he writes, I was talking to this girl today. Her and her mom are both single. Not a good sign. Because her mother's poisoning her, right? And her mother secretly doesn't really want her to be in a relationship because women are deluded, and in their delusion, they create excuses to explain their current stagnation or their current bad situation. And so her mother being deluded, believing that, well, I'm single because men are toxic. I'm single because men are not good enough, not educated enough, not understanding enough, not in touch with their emotions. But she never says the truth. I'm single because I'm unruly. I have a bad attitude. I can't accept no. And I'm a person who's very annoying. I have very little emotional intelligence. I'm not affectionate. I'm not a giver. Like all of those things, like none of that will cross the woman's mind. So she has to justify why she's single. And to do that, she has to put all the blame on men. And since all the blame is on men, if her daughter is single, she can almost assign merit to her daughter being single, saying you're too good for men. That's why you're single, and just wait for the right one. Was like, well, mom, how long you been waiting? 10, 20, 30 years? So, this is a bad sign for sure. People who have good things and they know what is right, what is good, then they want to drive you toward that. Like, for example, if someone came to me and said, hey, Marquette, I'm buying a new car. What do you recommend? Well, I say, number one, what's your budget, right? And if they say, well, my budget's infinite, well, you have to get a Maybach. It's the very best experience that you're going to get. Like, I absolutely recommend it as far as cars go and being in the car. If your thing is going fast, then I'd recommend something 2-seater, convertible top, looks beautiful. It can, really get the zoom in, but just overall car, I'm going to tell you to do the Maybach. Why? Because I have one. I have great experience with it, and I know having it is awesome. But if I didn't have it, I couldn't recommend it. I wouldn't have enough familiarity. And what's more, if I didn't have it and couldn't get it, like, here's the parallel. If I'm a woman who doesn't have a man, can't get a man, then I wouldn't recommend it, right? If I don't have a Maybach, if I didn't have experience, then I'm going to make up a story. Oh, they're too expensive. Just imagine how much an oil change costs with a car like that. Oh, well, what if this? What if that? And that is a lie. That's the inversion of morals. And that's often what people are dealing in. Human beings rarely deal in the truth. They deal in their emotionalism. They don't look and see what is there. They look and see what they feel. So the young lady's mom is single, major red flag. Actually, it's a pink flag. Let's be real. It's a pink flag. A red flag will have something to do directly with the girl. I don't want to throw her into the dirt because her mom's a dirt bag. Anyways, he writes, both are single and they both can't find a man, also claiming to be Christian. God didn't plan that. But I've noticed a lot of these single women are raising their expectations due to males before, but then lower their contribution for the good man that would stay. That's a fascinating formulation. And I want to restate that so that it's explicit for everyone who's listening. The gentleman made a very intelligent point. He said, when these women gather up experience, they raise their standards based on the last guy they dealt with, whom they didn't keep, by the way. So they raise their standards, but they decrease their contribution to the new guy they encounter. And that makes perfect sense. And as much as you've failed so many times, you're a little bit more timid and scared. You don't want to get your heart broken. You don't want to give too much and not get enough back. And you're a woman, so you're emotional, not necessarily logical. So yes, and that's, again, directly in line with why I say you must get the fresh water. The fresh water, because you don't want that muddy water from Mumbai, India, or from like a backwater in Central African Republic. You don't want that toxic, dirty, filthy water, because those older women have nothing good to give you. These are the Tracy Ross Ellises, the women who have all the excuses in the world. And let me be clear, just because a woman is married or in a relationship doesn't mean they're a good person. We see that Barack Obama's wife is constantly throwing him through the dirt in her podcast just for views. Extraordinary. Anyways, the gentleman further writes, they expose themselves to the worst type of males on the internet. Yes, it's funny. Listen, man, I had a chick DM me recently, And she DMs me, says, hey, I'm interested to get to know you. We should hop on a FaceTime and like become more familiar. I'm like, okay. And so she sends her phone number, and I generally don't like dealing with phone numbers. It's a bit too intimate. And so the young lady says, yeah, well, whenever you're free, just let me know and we can hop on the FaceTime. So I messaged her one time because to get to the front of my property is a bit of a walk, and I haven't purchased a golf cart yet. And I don't mind the walk. I really enjoy the walk. It's a beautiful garden. But it's like a 5-acre walk just to get from my home to the front of the property. And so I might go there to like put some garbage out at the road. And so I was walking, in this particular time, I was actually walking there because the neighbors are animals and they let their dogs roam free, and it tore up the garbage cans and has garbage all over the road. And this was shared with me by one of the folks that I hired today. Anyway, so I'm walking to the front, and I got a 5-acre walk, so I got time. And I'm always, just from many years of business, when I have time to walk or time to drive, I go through my to-call list. And so I hit up the young lady. She didn't answer, which I didn't expect her to. And I'm not going to lie to you, from many years of business, I love it when people don't answer. Unless I'm making sales calls, I love it when people don't answer, just so I can be like, hey, I called you, because I have very limited time. Anyways, so she messages me later, and I say, hey, what do you do for a living? And she says, oh, well, currently I'm unemployed. And so right there's like, okay, so you're unemployed, which means you have an infinite amount of time. You're a female, which means that you're all about attention. So the phone is your constant companion. So the fact that you didn't answer my video call, which was unexpected, I didn't give you a heads up on purpose. That means that either A, you didn't feel like you looked good enough at the moment because you're a narcissist, and also you don't like the truth to be revealed. You want to put on the makeup and all the extra stuff. So, okay. Told me everything I need to know about you. I say, hey, send me a photo right now. I want to see. No, I said, what are you doing right now? She says, chilling. I said, send me a photo. I want to see how you're chilling. I want to see what you look like when you're chilling. And then she sends 2 photos, both of which were like a different outfit. So it was clearly not current. And then I say, no, you can actually follow directions and send a photo of you now, which is what I asked for. I didn't ask for you to send me a photo you sent to 1,000 other people on social media, which A, just lets you know the nature of a female. And this was an older broad. I don't know what age this broad was, like late 20s, which means almost dying. And so then she says, oh, well, I'm not feeling well. I don't like the way I look right now. Like, we can FaceTime tonight. And then I didn't respond. I just blocked her because for me, I'm always trying to get them out the way. You feel me? I'm trying to get them out the way because I'm dealing with a lot of incoming volume. So my goal is to like process them as quickly as possible and get the goofy ones out of the way. And 99.9% of them are goofy. In fact, when I spend time with women, mostly I'm just walking around inside of my brain just thinking, why is she here? She's an idiot. Get her out of here. I'm in constant perpetual disgust. She's incompetent and kind of sloppy and dirty. I don't even feel like being around this person. How do I end this? That's like mostly what I'm thinking. But anyways, to the gentleman's point, he writes, they expect the best type of man to take them seriously. Yeah, they are crazy. We all know that.